So our backyard is long and narrow, and we'll show you a whole pano of what the yard looks like now. And remember that it's very early spring. We're just a few days in, so excuse the mess. But just so you know, my background, I grew up with a family who gardened all the time. My dad was an avid gardener, very large lot. And while I wasn't forced to help him in the garden, I definitely picked up his love of gardening. And over the last number of years, I have collected a large number of his plants, a large number of my own plants, and some of you may relate to this. They've all stayed in pots. And from house to house that I've moved, they've stayed in pots. And my fiance loves when I count how many pots of plants we have, because then we just laugh and then move on. But what we're doing here in this yard is trying to get all of those plants out of the pots and into gardens. And the first area that I've started with is our shade garden. And also what we came into at this house was really just flat land, poor soil quality. It had not been worked in a very long time. Not a lot of perennials and annuals had been in the ground. There was a lot of hardscape, but other than that, it was really for us to build up. So what we've been doing is building up an area under the maple tree that's off to my left, and we'll show you that in a sec, and building up unique garden beds. And the area that I've been working on right now, mostly behind me, that I want to talk to you about today, is a seating area I'm building off to the side of this shade garden. So what you'll also notice about our garden is that it's slanted downhill a little bit. And it's also very compact, hard dirt at the top here. The other problem I had is I had too much grass. And so also an early spring project is I'm removing quite a bit of sod from our lawn to make larger garden beds in our sunnier areas. And I put those two projects together in kind of a unique way. And I'm curious to see what you guys think about this, because it may be a total bust or it may be brilliant. I have no idea. We will see. So what I'm doing behind me, you'll notice, is you'll see piles of sod laid up. And that is what I'm using to create height and dimension in this part of my shade garden that I'm going to make a circular seating area, eventually with pavers, but probably this year it's going to be with stone. So I'm putting down different layers of sod, watering them nicely in, putting another layer, and gently building up this area. And that's saving money, saving resources. Obviously the grass is great for my compost pile, which is chock full right now. So this is just another way to compost in place. And then all of the dirt that I bring in is really going to be the cherry on top, really to cover it and make it look really nice with not having to buy a ton of dirt or compost or topsoil to fill in and bring up the elevation in this space. So you'll see I also have some plants that are going to be planted to circle the seating area. And I'm hoping to get those planted today, so then I can kind of see how the height of my sod is looking. And then I have a hydrangea and a hosta coming in here too. This area is sun in the morning and until about 1 o'clock, and then it is mostly shade in the afternoon, especially when our maple trees fill in. So I'm gonna just send you on over down the hill here too, and then you can see how much more sod I have to fill in. So I did quite a bit of work yesterday, and so all of this sod that is lining the sides is probably mostly going to go to keep building the elevation. I'm going to play with it a little bit, and then the rest will go in our compost pile. thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this very first video that I'm doing from the SeeMollyGarden Instagram site, now on YouTube. I'm hoping to be posting more in the next couple days. We do have some rain coming, so that might put a little damper on our day-to-day, but we do have some extra time on our hands, and there are plenty of projects to do that are outside of the weather, so stay tuned. Bye. If you like what you see, be sure to hit subscribe and like, and hit the bell if you want to be notified for new videos. Thanks.